There are so many different investing platforms out there right now that it's hard to even keep count anymore, let alone figure out which one is best for you. But don't worry, we're here to make things a little bit easier. After re-downloading and retesting 20 of the most popular investing platforms in the UK via their mobile apps, not only had we given out more personal information than your boss at the Christmas party, we also managed to whittle them down to what we consider to be the best 5 investing apps on the market today, with the keyword there being apps. We're putting a heavier emphasis on the investing experience you get when using their mobile apps, while still taking all of the really important things into account. Things like fees, what accounts they offer, and more. All of these platforms are authorized by the FCA, none of this video should be considered as financial or investment advice, and we are not advisors. Some of these platforms do also offer welcome bonuses, so I'll leave any details of those in the description and the pinned comment, as well as any other useful links that I can think of. The first of our 5 favorite investing apps is Trading212. They were one of the first platforms to offer commission-free trading alongside zero account fees, with the aim of making investing more accessible and simpler for everyone. Fast forward a decade and they are still delivering on that promise, with one of the main reasons for their success being their mobile app. While older, more traditional investing platforms have often struggled to embrace technology, Trading212 specifically designed their platform to work hand in hand with it. The user interface is clean, well laid out, and easy to understand, which can't be said for a lot of their competitors. You have the option of opening a stocks and shares ISA or general investing account with them, so you've got a couple of long-term investing options. However, it is missing a pension and junior investing accounts, but for many people those won't be needed. When it comes to the investment accounts that they offer, Trading212 are very hard to beat. If you use more than one of their accounts, then you can switch between them seamlessly via this drop down in the top left corner, and they've made moving money between these accounts dead simple as well. There's no minimum deposit, meaning you can start investing with as little as you like, and they also offer fractional shares, so if you really wanted to, you could deposit and buy just £1 worth of, say, Nvidia stock. I don't know why you'd do that, but you could if you really wanted to. Also, it might be a small thing, but the fact that you can sell quickly and withdraw in ridiculously quick times is a very underrated feature of Trading212. They officially have to say that withdrawals can take up to 3 working days, and we have to repeat that official wording, but whenever we've personally withdrawn on a working day, it's landed in our account the same day every single time. That's unrivaled speed compared to other platforms. They've even got their own social media platform within it, so I think it's fair to say that it's not the most traditional by any means, but it has made investing more accessible, especially to the younger generation, and also people who are just starting with investing and want to focus on cost effectiveness more than anything else. However, one thing that Trading212 makes a little more complicated than necessary is setting up a recurring investment. Other apps let you set these up as and when you'd like, but with Trading212 you need to create an entirely separate portfolio, or a pie as they call it for some reason, and then auto-invest through that instead. You then need to set up a standing order with your bank to fund it on an ongoing basis, which is actually quite easy when you know how to, but it's just not that intuitive. I'll link a guide below if you do need help with this though. I think it's worth pointing out that one of the ways Trading212 make money is through their CFD accounts, which we don't use and wouldn't ever promote as it's essentially gambling. But just so you're aware, when you search for certain assets inside their ISA, it'll pop up with an option to trade as a CFD, which we personally wouldn't recommend doing as most people lose money when using this account. They also have a cash ISA for those that want to save on the same platform. The rate is very competitive, but not the absolute best on the market at the time of recording. From one close to zero platform fees to another, we went with InvestEngine. In order to rank these apps behind the scenes, we came up with a variety of different ways to judge them. And one of the things that we came up with was a FIP score. A score based on how well they fulfill their intended purpose. After all, how do you compare an app that tries to be everything but does it poorly, versus one that barely offers anything but does it very well? We wanted to judge apps on what they were trying to be, rather than just rating the app with the most features as the best. So InvestEngine's FIP score was quite important to their high position in this video. This platform has a very clear philosophy when it comes to their business model and how they want to promote investing. They brand themselves as the ETF investing platform, as ETFs is all they offer. Instead of offering individual stocks that you can trade daily with increased risk, you instead put your money into multiple assets in one investment to spread that risk out across entire markets, sectors, or regions. You can currently do this either inside an InvestEngine Stocks and Shares ISA or a self-invested personal pension, aka SIP. And there are also options to use a general investing account, both as an individual but also as a business. In addition to this, they have a managed for you option where you can hand over control to someone else for a low fee if you don't quite have the confidence to invest for yourself. In terms of fulfilling its intended purpose, which is to encourage long-term investing whilst eliminating active trading, it makes sense that their app is pretty basic and simple to use. You have a homepage where you can see how your investments are performing inside all of your accounts, and a solid amount of filters to help you when browsing. The analytics are also great, allowing you to get a good judgment of your exposure and diversification across all of your different portfolios in one place. Through their savings plans, you can set up regular investments into any portfolio you like, and seeing as they allow you to buy fractional shares, it makes auto investing possible for as little as £20 a week. There are a couple of drawbacks though. Currently, they only trade once per day instead of in real time, meaning that you can only buy or sell for a set value every day. They do this to reduce trading costs and therefore reduce costs passed on to users. Withdrawing is also a fairly slow process, as you can sometimes be waiting for multiple days just for your investment to sell. For example, if you sell at 6 PM on one day, it wouldn't be sold until later on the following day. And then when you can finally withdraw the cash, the process is quite slow as well. It's taken us around a week on average to receive our money from the point of first trying to sell an investment. Based on our criteria though, InvestEngine does deliver on what they set out to do. The app is easy to use and has everything you need to passively invest your money over the long term for a very low cost. Next up, we might have to label Freetrade as the comeback king, because it wasn't long ago that they were seen as an expensive option, relatively speaking, for anyone with a smaller balance or just getting into investing. However, now that they've included their Stocks and Shares ISA in their basic plan, which is free to use, they're no longer lying when they call themselves Freetrade. Unless you want to open a SIP, but one step at a time, eh? Freetrade, like the name suggests, also offers commission-free trading. So if you only plan to buy stocks and ETFs within a Stocks and Shares ISA, you can do so without incurring any fees directly from Freetrade. If you want to buy mutual funds, gilts, or use a SIP though, they are only available in the paid for plans. Aside from their pricing model, which actually isn't all that bad if you hold a lot of money with them due to it being capped, they are up there with the first two platforms in terms of user experience on their app. It's got a sleek design that is easy on the eye, everything is positioned clearly so you can see the important information right away, and they've got a handful of filters for you to use to narrow down their list of investments. Albeit not the most in-depth, but definitely helpful. You have access to fractional shares and can easily set up recurring investments into up to 50 different assets at a time. You can also pause these recurring investments whenever you'd like, and it will just sit there and wait for further instructions. Where Freetrade falls a little short is in their selection of assets, as the app does feel a little limited in that sense. Despite charging for access to mutual funds and gilts, the previous two platforms we looked at don't offer those anyway. If you're only looking to passively invest into popular stocks and ETFs for a very low cost, in a way that's user-friendly and easy to understand, with no minimum deposit and just a £2 minimum investment on fractional shares, Freetrade actually has returned to being a very good option. Their FX fees are still pretty high though if we compare to trading 2-on-2. They would be a much cheaper option if you were looking to buy shares in US companies, for example. The first three platforms we've discussed have all been around for a little while now, but the same can't be said for Prosper. This post-lockdown startup began with a very familiar aim: make investing simpler, more affordable, and easier to understand for the average Joe. I know we've said that for every single app we've discussed so far, but I'd be lying if I said that they haven't done just that. Their mobile app though is incredibly bare bones. There's not really a whole lot going on, but to be honest, that's kind of the point. There aren't many investments to choose from, as they only offer funds, and a small number of them at that, though they do have a mix of ETFs and mutual funds. There aren't a lot of tools to help you invest either, but if you're looking for simplicity and a smooth app experience, it does do just that. It's similar to InvestEngine in terms of not trying to offer you shiny things to get you to trade more. They almost don't want you to be opening the app. They just want to get you started and keep investing passively as time goes on. You do get a similar amount of information on each of the funds as you would with the other platforms we've already spoken about, but all in all, it isn't nearly as advanced in terms of features. But when it comes to cost, Prosper go one step further than the previous apps we've looked at. They don't just offer zero platform fees and no commissions on trades inside all of their investing accounts. If you invest into certain funds, they will eliminate the ongoing fund fees for you, refunding them to you on an ongoing basis, meaning that you won't pay a single penny in fees if you buy and hold these specific funds. To be clear, for beginners or those that don't understand, even with the free platforms we looked at previously, you will still have to pay very small fees to the fund providers. That's not the case with Prosper, on some of their funds at least. They don't refund the fees on the greatest selection of funds in the world, but cost-wise they're on par with their competitors on the other funds, and cheaper on a few. Being able to buy fractional shares of these funds also removes the barrier to entry that a lot of people face when they start investing. So really, Prosper are doing everything they set out to do, just don't really expect a very in-depth experience when using their app. The final of our standout picks is Lightyear, who are another relatively young company. Like the others, Lightyear also aims to offer a low-cost, simpler way to invest, but they don't put as much emphasis on these things as some of the others. Instead, their focus is more on the investing experience. With that being said, their stocks and shares ISA, general investing account, and business account are all completely free to open and won't charge you any commissions on your trades for ETFs either. However, if you were to invest into individual shares outside of their ISA, they will charge you a very small fee. But where Lightyear really win you over is with their mobile and desktop apps. They might not refund your fund fees or have as many investment options as Trading 212, but their app, at least for me, exceeds all of the competition in terms of user experience. In fact, they recently won our Best Investing Experience Award for this very reason. You have both a fund and stock screener that give you a decent amount of filters to use when looking through investments, and the information that you can find within each asset is incredibly in-depth. I'm talking analyst ratings, financial performance, full quarterly earnings calls that you can listen to in-app. There is a lot to sink your teeth into, and it's all laid out really well so it's not just a bombardment of stats and charts. Then, when looking at funds, you have these visually pleasing breakdowns of their top holdings, sectors, and even a little globe that you can spin around to see the regions it covers. Look at it go! Isn't this what investing is all about? Anyway, sadly it's not all as fun as it may seem, or at least there are some further improvements that could be made. At the time of recording, there is a distinct lack of funds that are priced in pounds that you can invest in, and you can't buy fractional shares within their stocks and shares ISA. We keep asking them for updates around this, and we're told that they're coming very soon. But this has been dragging on for months, so we're not exactly sure when this will land. Until fractional shares are in the account, these aren't a leading option, but when they are, combined with the app experience, they'll be right up there. So those were, in our opinion, the best 5 investing apps to use in 2026. But we know people are going to ask us about these huge platforms that are advertised everywhere. So here are our lightning quick thoughts on a selection of other big name investing apps. Starting with AJ Bell, or shall we call them investing's answer to Ben Stokes, they're a great all-rounder and offer a lot of different accounts while keeping fees relatively low. If you're looking for a one-stop shop for all of your investing accounts, from ISAs to SIPs to junior accounts, then they could be a great fit for you. The only problem is their mobile app just isn't on the same level as what we've seen in this video up to this point. It's definitely not the worst app by any means, but it is very text heavy and looks a bit old-fashioned compared to some of the other platforms. It feels more like they've crammed their entire website into an app, rather than optimizing the experience specifically for mobile. They also don't offer fractional shares either, which impacts how accessible and useful they are, especially to smaller and beginner investors looking to put £100 to £200 per month away. Interactive Investor are in a similar boat to AJ Bell. They have a large selection of accounts to use and can even be pretty cost efficient for people with larger balances, but unfortunately they're an expensive option for investors who don't have that much money in their accounts. Because they charge a flat monthly fee, which can range from £5 to £22 a month depending on what you want access to, if you only invest, say, £100 a month, that's 5% of your investment gone immediately. And that's on the cheapest plan. You'd need to deliver a big annual return just to cover the costs as a small investor. It's worth noting that they are changing their fee structure in early February 2026 to be more simplified, but there's still a £6 monthly charge to access any of their investing accounts. This flat fee model is great for larger investors, it's worth noting, though it's still not free. In terms of their mobile app, again, it's similar to AJ Bell. Everything feels a bit crammed in and all over the place, resulting in it not really being the easiest to understand or use. Every platform we've covered so far has had a lot of redeeming qualities, but the next platform, eToro,
not really so much.
We've covered why eToro probably aren't the best choice for UK investors in previous videos, so I'll keep this brief. First of all, their stocks and shares ISA is actually provided via a completely different platform called Money Farm, and it makes way more sense to just open an account with them instead, in our opinion, if Money Farm were a great option, of course. And they didn't make it into this video, so yeah. The integration of the eToro ISA into their mobile app is obnoxiously complicated as well, seeing as you have to log in, go to the menu, scroll down to ISA and then click through to it, making it pretty easy to deposit or invest inside their trading account if you don't know what you're doing. They also primarily operate in US dollars, so you'll need to open a separate GBP account to withdraw your money, unless you want to pay unnecessary currency conversion fees. There also isn't actually much to do inside the ISA at all, and the entire thing is essentially an in-app pop-up window that doesn't really fit on your screen very well either. Outside of the ISA, their regular investing account is a CFD account, which, as I already mentioned earlier in the video, is basically gambling which most people lose with. It's not investing. A platform that simply lets itself down by not keeping up with the times is Vanguard. The fact that they didn't even offer a mobile app until a little over a year ago should tell you everything you need to know. And even though it's now available for anyone to download and use, it still leaves a lot to be desired. A big drawback is the fact that you still can't buy ETFs in real time, meaning they only trade at one fixed price per day on the app. They will add this option in future, but for the app to be released so late and to still be missing key features makes it a pretty disappointing experience. The app itself is pretty slow and isn't easy to navigate, making it far more appealing to manage your investments on a computer. And they're not exactly a cost-effective option either for small investors, and even for larger investors, there are many cheaper options. Hargreaves Lansdown are one of the biggest investing platforms in the UK and have an amazing array of accounts for you to open, including junior accounts that are completely free to use. If you invest passively into ETFs, then they're not too expensive as they have ways to lower their fees, but for many people, HL are a pretty expensive option. However, if you're someone that cares about a platform's reputation and offerings more than cost, then HL are an option to consider. But unfortunately, you won't be getting the best mobile experience when using their app. Much like the other more traditional platforms we've looked at, and just like HL's website, their app isn't the most accessible or optimized for a smooth experience. If there's one thing that all of our 5 picks have in common, it's that they've made investing far more simple through their streamlined mobile apps. If you're new to investing and don't want to be overwhelmed by information, then you'll much prefer going with one of these platforms. However, that doesn't mean that they are the best ones to use. Just the ones that we believe deliver the best in-app experience whilst also ticking some other important boxes. Ultimately, the choice depends on what you're looking for, whether that's in-depth trading tools or a large pool of accounts for you to dive into. Luckily, in 2026, there's an investing platform to suit just about anyone. I've linked our comparison tool, offers page, and more in the description and pinned comment down below, so go and check them out.